Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. This time, we're on episode 24. At the end of last episode, we saw Gluttony sort of escape his chain prison and open his stomach up, shoot out some like giant air blast. So I guess today we're gonna get Gluttony fighting basically everybody there. I guess this could either spell the end for some of the characters we know and love, or it could spell the end for Gluttony. Realistically, I could see Gluttony potentially dying here, considering Lust is gone as well. Him without Lust is kind of like, doesn't really make sense. Obviously, the reason he's so mad in the first place, the reason he's going crazy right now, is because he just found out, you know, Roy is the one that killed Lust, and Roy is standing right in front of him, so Gluttony has to do something about it. So I guess I'm expecting one hell of a fight this episode. If you guys want to see the next episodes right now, they're on my Patreon. I'm probably many weeks ahead on my Ascended tier. I record this so far in advance that I couldn't even give you an accurate estimation of how far ahead I am. I would have to guess 5 or more episodes ahead, 5 or more weeks ahead over on there. And if you just want to watch the next week's episode, you can do that too for the Soul tier. Pretty much it's whatever you like. Or you can just leave a like here on YouTube and support me that way as well. Let's not waste too much more time. Let's get into this Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood episode 24. Let's start. We're probably not going to get too many more of this opening either. Like, I would imagine the third one's coming up sooner rather than later. What's up, Envy?
No, not again. We've told you you're an important candidate for sacrifice. We need you to keep your strength up, understand? So, dig in, Dr. Marco.
Tim Marco!
I've been sitting here a while, trying to decide what
He is alive.
Sacrifice.
That's interesting.
To figure out why I'm here and what it is exactly you want me to do.
Are they sacrificing anybody that knows about human transmutation?
I'm fairly certain that what you're doing right now is using this land and its people to form a giant transmutation circle. And your hope is that the end result will be the creation of a philosopher's stone. Am I wrong?
So close, not quite.
Hmm.
You're on the right track.
I just wonder what the qualifications of being a sacrifice are.
I'm going to cooperate with
What
this.
makes somebody a good sacrifice?
I shouldn't be surprised. That's just how all you humans are. You put emotions before common sense. I killed a man who was like that once.
Ooh.
All I had to do was make myself look like his wife, and he was helpless. He couldn't even fight me. Humans are so easy to take advantage of. Lucky us.
It's terrible. Episode 24, Inside the Belly. Can only assume the obvious, Gluttony. So what are you gonna do, Bradley?
Be giving you quite a bit of trouble lately, don't they, Raph?
Who is that?
First Scar gets away from you, then those others make off with Gluttony. It's not like you.
Yes, you are right about that.
And yet you seem happy.
Yes, I won't deny it. This has been enjoyable.
The voice sounds new.
I've been alive for 60 years, and now here
Is
I
it?
am in the ultimate position of power. All has gone exactly as Father had planned it would.
There's more, though.
Roy Mustang and his underlings, the enterprising Elric brothers, and these foreigners who suddenly appeared from Shing. As good as we are, they've still got us scrambling in circles. Things are changing. The time may be approaching when we have to move over for the younger generation. Don't you see?
Listen to yourself, Raph. You've been around these humans for far too long.
You may be right, Pride.
I hope
Pride.
you see this foolishness and remember who we are and what we must do.
Okay.
Tell Father what you've said tonight. He might be inclined to see it as treason. And
Is Pride like the overseer of the Homunculus?
Don't worry about that. I have access to military information after all. I know where he is.
Interesting. Pride, okay. We don't know who it is, but it sounded like...
Colonel, what's going on?
God, stop!
Forget about it. It sounded like somebody, though. Alright, let's see what happens with this. Ew.
Colonel,
The panda.
Don't provoke him!
Don't throw him.
He wants.
Or her. What is it doing there?
is it?
It's like deleting stuff. Just
Do something like that. How disgusting.
that is pretty bad.
Bring him down.
But we worked so hard to catch one of the homunculi.
Survival is our first priority. Besides, he knows our names and faces now. It would be foolish to let him leave here alive.
I think they know anyway, but right. He can consume fire. Oh, that's not good. I guess he can consume like literally anything, probably. And maybe like repel it back outward with force. I don't know. I don't know what he's shooting out. Riza's such a beast.
Damn it. Not now.
Yeah, he's still injured. Understandably. What is that? Was that like...
We haven't got all night. We need to get moving.
But Ed and the others.
No way. I'm a civilian, not military. I'm not about to die in the middle of a battle with
Is that
some
like
crazed monster.
envy disguised as an animal, or is that like pride, potentially? No, pride seems to be like a
What's taking those idiots so long?
an observer or something, considering how he was talking to Bradley. I'm not sure what that was. Ooh, it was a fake.
With the senior staff involved in this, you're gonna need all the help you can get.
And that would include getting whatever information we can out of this Gluttony guy, wouldn't you say?
We'll stay
Yeah,
here
good
and
luck
find out
with
what we
that.
can. I don't think it matters much that we're children.
This was
Yeah.
our mission to begin with, and we're going to see it through. We appreciate your help up till now, though.
Here, Edward. I want you to take this. You do know how to use it, don't you?
No, I've never seen one before.
That's a weapon for killing people.
Yes, but it's also a weapon for protecting your lives.
It's your hands. They weren't meant to kill.
I mean, he's probably gonna turn it down, or maybe not.
Take it.
Oh, interesting. I don't mean to take the gas out of the scene or anything. I get that this is like sort of a powerful thing with all that happened with Winry and her holding the gun and all that, but can't really say I understand the point of giving him a gun when we clearly know that it's not going to do anything at all to Gluttony. First off, I think it should be very obvious that alchemy is just as much of a potential dangerous, deadly weapon as a firearm would be. Probably even more so, considering everything Scar does with his deconstruction alchemy. He literally like explodes people from the inside. Or I don't know exactly what he does, but Scar can touch people and like one-tap them. Guns can't even do anything like that. I guess it's all just a bit more symbolic than anything, but still, I don't really know what he's going to do with the gun. Someone left a comment either on my Patreon or my YouTube on one of the previous episodes talking about how when everything was going down with Lust and Gluttony and everybody kind of getting involved in the brawl and all that, at any point Roy could have addressed Ed and Al and said, you know, like, you're too young to be involved in this. You shouldn't get involved with this. It's not your responsibility. Whatever, like any excuse to sort of get them out of the battle just to like protect them, he could have used at any point, but he chose not to. And they brought up that point because it kind of signifies a bunch of different things, you know, that Roy sees them as adults and respects them as such. Roy realizes that this is Ed and Al's right to be involved in this fight just as much as anyone else because they have a lot of purpose and they have a lot of like personal stake in everything that's happening, as well as a whole list of reasons that I'm sure you could give on why Roy wouldn't treat them like kids. And it's kind of like Al said, it doesn't really matter that they're children. The fact that Roy and Riza and everybody else, they allow Ed and Al to go through with this and not really question it or put up any fight kind of just shows that they have a lot of faith in them, as well as they just generally respect them as people, whether it's, you know, as characters, because, you know they have personal stake in it, but, you know, it also has to come down to abilities to some level. They don't think that they're necessarily going to lose. So I think it's really cool for everybody else to be showing that level of respect to the main characters, especially Roy, which is the potential next Führer if everything goes according to plan. He's somebody whose respect is really, really important, and it feels really good to earn the respect of people like Roy. It's also pretty cool that Ling Yao is being left behind as well to deal with Gluttony, considering the dialogue we had with him at the end of last episode where he's sort of questioning his purpose and what level of sacrifice is worth it in order to attain and achieve his goals. Maybe we'll see in this upcoming fight if this sort of realization and this questioning can play any sort of effect in how he now deals with things like the homunculi, who have the sort of immortality that he has been seeking this entire time.
Look after Lanfan.
Wait, my lord!
Poor Lanfan. He's just not having a great time.
Let's go. I said go!
Damn, what are they thinking? Those three are gonna get themselves killed.
Nah, have a little faith. They're not idiots. They've been through worse.
Mustang. Where are you, Mustang? You killed Lost!
We said we'd stay and all. That's seriously freaky. He seems to be a bit angry.
Just a little bit.
Catch him. What was that? A dog?
It's the dog from ReZero's Forest. Oh, it is Envy, maybe.
Hey, long time no see.
Oh, I was right.
How are you, Fullmetal Pipsqueak?
Fullmetal Alchemist.
A lot of talk from a furry.
I've sensed this multiplicity before. How many people are inside you? Homunculus.
I know
Which one is he talking to?
you're the kid who crossed swords with Wrath, aren't you?
What do you mean, kid? I happen to be the 12th son of the Emperor of Xing. My name is...
Eat him.
You gonna help him or?
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Looks like they really aren't allowed to do anything to the two of us.
In which case,
I mean, I don't know. I think Les would have killed Al.
Very well. Let's see how good you are. You held off Wrath, but how will you do against me?
This will be an interesting one because we don't really know what Envy's capable combat-wise.
Mom, can I read it to you guys now?
Not at the table, mind your manners, dear.
Oh, don't be silly. Why not? Go ahead and read, son. I'd like to hear it.
Great. Essay on my dad. He's the Führer of the nation of Amestris. He works hard all the time, and everything he does is for our country. The people of Amestris are always in his heart. He dedicates his life to making them happy. He deals with all sorts of problems each day, so everyone in our country can live a good life. But no matter how busy he gets doing his job, my dad never forgets his family. He always listens to me when I talk to him.
Is that pride?
Kind and protects our family. And that is why I love my dad. The end.
Thank you for that, son.
Does the teacher go to the gulag if she gives him an F?
You really know how to use that thing.
It sounds like
Compliment.
the voice you heard that he called Pride.
You fell for it.
Ooh.
Good, isn't it?
Oh, wow.
The above.
Envy can turn into, like, blades, too. Oh. Okay, okay. We know he can fight. Ooh. Heavy.
It was a dirty trick. Blinding me. That's not playing fair.
People have been trying to assassinate me since I was a kid.
I wonder what Envy's true form looks like.
For learning how to fight dirty.
Because I don't think this is it.
Not enough yet? Are you going to come with me quietly now? I just want whatever information you can give me on becoming immortal. Or shall we go again?
You scum! A mere human like you can't condescend to me!
You seem to underestimate humans, and that's a mistake.
Nice! Got him!
I love Ling. What a Chad. I know he's being probably too cocky, but still.
Get away! I can't eat you! Just let me take a bite to the other guy!
Not today!
Ow!
Stay out of my way, guys. I'm busy.
Damn.
Another foolish human. Go for it, Gluttony! Ling! What? Damn it! I can't let him eat a sacrifice!
Does he eat people while blasting him with that? Is that like some sort of consumption level too? Method, I mean? Oh, wow. Wait.
Swallowed them.
Brother! Ling! You!
Wait, he actually swallowed them.
Spit them out now!
I can't. I swallowed them.
Impossible. It can't be. Brother.
Did he swallow Envy too?
That my kid used to sleep in.
Like the stone?
But people will get
Whoa,
suspicious
that
if
was
I keep all the lights on.
a lot.
You'll have to make do with my bed.
My lord, I have to go to him.
Idiot girl. What can you do in your condition?
Be nice. I know he doesn't mean bad, but...
He isn't home yet?
I'll
head straight to the command center then.
I don't really know what's going on. Like, what?
Let's go.
I mean, clearly they're not dead.
Go where?
I think now would be a good time to find out who we can trust and who we can't.
What is it with you idiots? You got a death wish? Your wounds haven't begun to heal yet. You're already going out looking for more trouble?
Yes.
Besides, we just left children out on a battlefield to do our fighting. If they're brave enough to fight, how can I just sit here and wait?
Oh. I mean,
What's so funny?
he's spitting.
Besides,
you need as many people on your side as you can get your hands on now, Colonel.
it's taken long enough, but I think I might finally begin heeding his advice.
I really like how, despite the fact that Hughes has been dead more than half the series ago, he still continues to play a really important part of it.
These are either the gates to glory or the entranceway to hell. Wait,
Hell, even Tim Marco's still part of the show.
Then at least you'll have a chance of getting out alive.
No, sir.
That was an order.
One that I cannot obey.
You're a stubborn one.
That's something you've always known, sir.
Yep, I was gonna say it's nothing new.
All right. Will you stay here if I promise to come back?
Nope.
Yes.
Oh.
Happy hunting, sir.
Okay.
That's 11 losses in a row for me.
12, actually. But at least you put up a decent fight this time around. You were fine until you were sure you'd won, then you blew it.
So I finished too weak.
Yes, you can't be ruthless enough. You're a lot like Raven that way.
Lieutenant General Raven? From Central?
He's an exceptional soldier, but too sentimental. From what I've heard, he'll even tend to his wounded men himself, which leaves his whole line of command in disarray. You don't deploy your king to tend to the pawns, do you?
How dare he say something like that to me? I was transferred to Central because of the compassion I showed my men in the line of duty.
Probably sounds like a good guy to have on your side, though.
Keep his trap shut. Sorry. No, General, it's fine. Actually, General Grumman told me that if that story made you angry, it meant you were still a good and just man, and that you were the officer one could come to for support, in case of an emergency.
Do say.
Can't believe it. That old fox got me again, didn't he?
I wonder if we're gonna see like the other regions of the map that we haven't yet seen.
Come on, you can walk with me.
Which I guess that would be what, north and west?
Central yet? No.
I got that right?
With the citizens around here, quite difficult, actually.
It's a mistake to dismiss the value of the word on the street, Colonel.
I know, but most of it's just mindless drivel. Like, Scar was seen feeding a stray cat, or immortality has been discovered. Or maybe even that Fuhrer Bradley is a homunculus. Who knows?
I see. You've got no sense of humor, do you? Are you certain you were one of Grumman's men?
His sense of humor didn't rub off on me much, sir.
Well, at least that bit of gossip will give us something to talk about.
Scar feeding a stray cat was probably true, though.
I I couldn't possibly attend something like...
Go on. Tell your little joke. You know, the one about the Fuhrer being a homunculus.
We just spoiled
Go ahead.
the punchline.
What, Colonel Mustang? Cat got your tongue? Let's suppose for a moment.
Oh,
it was actually
shit.
homunculus,
Oh,
say.
shit.
Well, now, would that be so bad?
No, it'd be pretty cool.
I understand now, Hughes. When you said that we were in trouble, you didn't mean the danger was closing in on us. No, you meant the danger was coming from us.
Okay.
Fullmetal. It looks like we've landed ourselves in the pit of hell.
Not sure who's in the worst position here, I'll be honest. Literally inside the belly, the episode title. I thought it was gonna be more of a metaphor.
Al? Hey! Is anybody out there?
Yikes.
Where in the hell am
Shouldn't Envy be in here too, potentially? Alright, well that was a fast episode. So what is supposed to happen now? It's a good question, one that can be presented to both Ed and Roy's situation, and Al too, of course. But what is going to happen? What is Mustang gonna do about being confronted with Bradley himself? The, you know, cat's out of the bag, the beans are spilled, everything is on the line. What happens? I mean, does Bradley just capture him and get him ready for sacrifice, like right then and there? I mean, how could he in a room full of generals? I don't know. I really don't know where that situation's gonna go, because it could spiral into many directions. Maybe they have a word with Mustang to like potentially get them to join their side. I don't know. Like I couldn't really tell you. It'd be pure speculation, and I don't really have that much to go off of. It feels bad because this whole show so far, I've had like some level of ideas to go off of, you know, like I've had some level of speculation, but like it's, you know, I knew there was going to be a confrontation between Mustang and Bradley eventually. I knew it was going to have to happen in time, but right here, right now, under these circumstances, it just feels so strange, considering for one, they're not alone, and the stakes are, of course they're high, but it does feel a little bit sudden. Like, you have to admit, it does feel a little bit sudden. And as for Ed, he's been locked in the sort of hell world pocket dimension inside of Gluttony. I didn't really know what it was that Gluttony was like shooting out of himself, but I guess it was literally just like his ability to capture and, you know, it's like the turtle from JoJo's Part 5. He just captures things, puts it inside of him, own little secret pocket dimension, and Ed is in there alone. The way Gluttony was talking was seemingly like there was no way out. I suspect Envy got put in there too, considering we saw Al's hand was gone, Ling Yao and Ed were both in there, as well as the fact that like Envy's lower half kind of crumbled away. I would imagine the blast hit the Philosopher's Stone inside of him, therefore transporting him into the dimension as well. So I don't know if it's going to be some sort of weird team effort between Envy and Ed and Ling in order to find a way out. If there is a way, there has to be a way out, obviously, for plot reasons. It wouldn't make sense if they can't get out and the story can't continue without Ed, so they got to find some way out. I don't really know. It might be an interesting sort of collaboration. Maybe we can learn a lot more about the homunculus in general from Envy. Maybe they have time to talk, or maybe they just start battling inside of Gluttony's pocket dimension while also trying to find a way out. Really, it could go any number of ways. I guess the last thing I can kind of touch up on was the fact that earlier in the episode, Bradley was sort of listening to a voice talking to his head, and it sounded kind of like a little kid, or it was a very like higher pitched voice, and he addressed it as Pride. We have no idea who Pride is. We know there's a sloth out there, but the sloth, we saw like a sort of image of them in like this really big thing. So it clearly wasn't Sloth. Pride has some sort of ability to speak subconsciously to somebody, and I couldn't help but notice, and this might be completely wrong, but it sounded kind of like Salim's voice. And not to get a little bit too meta, but like the more I look at Salim, he kind of has this sort of like very prominent character design. He doesn't look like just like the generic throwaway little kid character. Like it looked like some actual effort and thought has been put into his character, and like the way his eyes look too, they're very vibrant and very vivid. Like I don't know, Salim just kind of stands out by design, so maybe that's a bit of like a meta way to tell that there could potentially be going more about Salim than they're leading on. Then again, it could be totally wrong, and like the voice could be misleading. Maybe the voice wasn't even the same. I don't know. I only heard him once. I only heard the Pride voice once, and it just sounded kind of similar to Salim. And that whole sequence of Salim talking at the dinner table with Bradley and, you know, his wife, I don't really know what the purpose of that scene would be if it's not like explicitly putting any sort of focus on Salim. Maybe there was a secret message within like the story he wrote or something. I don't know. Like there could be. I just don't have the context for it yet. Either way, a good episode. I didn't have as much to say because honestly, it was just a lot of action, and it was cool. I liked it a lot. Thank you guys so much for watching. I guess I'll catch you in the next one. Later.